Here we have Frances talking about her experience of brief coaching with me, Bob. We're done with that process, but I'd be very interested to know how you experienced it. What did you notice about that as a process?
Okay, very quick.
Right.
But very effective. And I, from the very beginning, felt positive and my confidence growing all the way through the conversation. Like I was on an upward hill, if you like, of just feeling better and better and better. Also, I felt more focused as I went along. The using imagery from the miracle question felt brilliant, and the answer was right there. I think it's often you get bogged down in discussing the whys and the wherefores and the ifs and the buts and the what, but just going straight into what can we do, how are you going to do it. You have to think really quickly. I actually got a little bit of an adrenaline rush towards the end.
Yes.
And now it's finished, I feel very focused and very positive.
Right.
With something to stand up and go and do.
Okay. Some people say to me that they find brief coaching sometimes feels a bit relentless. Like the coach doesn't leave you alone.
Yeah. I can see that, but I think the way that you put the miracle question in, the feeling of it being relentless went away because it was a very positive discussion. You kept pulling me up every time I used a negative word, which kept it on that up for me. I think if you'd allowed me to focus on negatives, then I probably would have felt a little bit got at.
Yes.
It felt like riding a wave a little bit. Once you jumped on, it was like, off we go.
Yeah. And there was a kind of point in our conversation where it clicked. And it got into positive.
It did, definitely.
Because you kept saying, I'm not this, I'm not that.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you then?
Yeah.
Or let's drop their negatives and say how you do feel.
Yeah. I think it's a very effective way of coaching, especially if you want somebody to leave with a task, a very clear, straightforward, simple task to do, which they come up with themselves.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
So we must leave it there. And to recap, what Frances said was that she found brief coaching very quick. She also found it very effective. She felt very positive. And she became more focused as she went along. And the answer was right there, and she needed to spend time sorting it. So the answer was within her already. You have to think quickly in brief coaching, and that's not necessarily a problem, although some people do find that difficult. And now that it's finished, she felt very focused and very positive. And the whole process was kind of on the up, she said. And it was a bit like riding a wave, and in that sense, very positive and helpful. So that was Frances's experience of brief coaching. I'm not saying that that's the experience that everybody will have, but it's very interesting to hear what she had to say about it.